Hello and welcome. This is a 5th and 6th grade exponents video where we're going to be focusing on how to write exponents. Okay, here is our first example. Now let's talk a little bit about what exponents are. Exponents are kind of a shorthand we have for writing when a multiplication expression asks us to multiply the same number over and over and over again. So every exponent can be rewritten as a multiplication expression and vice versa. You can take a multiplication expression and write it as an exponent. So that's what we're being asked to do here. We're being asked to write this multiplication expression as an exponent. So an exponent consists of two different numbers. You have a regular sized number here and a small number that goes next to it on the upper right corner. So the small number is what we call our exponential number, and then the regular size number is what we call the base. The exponential number represents how many times you are multiplying. So you can see in this expression that we're dealing with, we are multiplying 1, 2, 3 times, or 3 numbers. So I'm going to put a 3 in that little upper right-hand corner. The number we're being asked to multiply multiple times or 3 times is the base. So that would be 2 because each of those in the multiplication expression are 2. So to recap, an exponent is a shorthand way to write a multiplication expression that asks us to multiply the same number over and over and over again repeatedly. That means we can take 2 times 2 times 2 and rewrite it as 2 to the third power. Now, the third power also has a special nickname that sometimes you'll hear, and that is called cubed. So this could be 2 to the third power, 2 to the power of 3, or 2 cubed. Okay, here's our next example. We're going to write this multiplication expression as an exponent. So remember, exponents have a regular size number called the base and a number in just to the side of it in the upper right-hand corner called the exponential number. The exponential number represents how many times we are multiplying. So since we are multiplying 3 numbers, I'm going to put a 3 up here. Now the base represents the number we're being asked to multiply. In this case, that would be 3. So I'm going to put 3 here. So 3 times 3 times 3 can be written as 3 to the third power or 3 cubed. Here is our next example. We're being asked to take this multiplication expression, 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, and rewrite it as an exponent. So exponents have a base or a regular size number and the exponential number in the top right corner. The exponential number is how many times we are multiplying the number. So it looks like we are multiplying this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So that exponential number is going to be 5. The number that we are multiplying repeatedly is 10. So that becomes the base. So 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 is 10 to the 5th power. Now, the 5th power doesn't have a special nickname. The only 2 powers that have special nicknames are to the 3rd power, which is cubed, which we've already talked about, but also to the 2nd power, which is called squared. But for the 5th, there's no special nickname. So we would just say 10 to the 5th power or 10 to the power of 5. Okay, here's our next example. We're going to take this multiplication expression and rewrite it as an exponent. So I'm going to go ahead and make a box for my regular size number or my base and a small one for my exponential number. The exponential number is how many times we are multiplying. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, 10 times. Okay, so I'm going to put a 10 up there. The number that we're being asked to repeatedly multiply over and over again is 10. So that becomes the base. So this expression can be rewritten as 10 to the 10th power. Okay, here's our next example and our last example for today's video. We're going to rewrite this multiplication expression using an exponent. So that means I need a regular size number for my base and a small number in the upper right corner for my exponential number. The exponential number tells us how many times we are multiplying. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to put a 5 right there. The number we're being asked to repeatedly multiply is 80. So I'm going to go ahead and write 80 as my base. So this expression, multiplication expression written as an exponent, would be 80 to the fifth power. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you in another video soon.